Designing a 2D game usually means hours of character design, sprite sheets, backgrounds, UI elements, and then trying to make everything look like it actually belongs together. If you've ever struggled with style inconsistency, slow asset production, or constantly redesigning things from scratch, then this video is for you. Today, I'll show you step by step how I created a full game-ready 2D asset set using a single AI workflow in ImagineArt. Characters, sprites, environments, and UI, all in one consistent style. The goal here is creating production-ready assets that actually work together in a real game pipeline. So I started with the character design, writing a prompt, using ImagineArt's image model, and I got a male character and a female character. The second step for the character design was generating some different variations of the silhouette of this character, wearing some different clothes or also different weapons, and I did the same for the female character as well. Then the second step was the sprite sheet, where again I wrote the prompt and I used the previous generated images for the characters as a reference image. Using Nano Banana Pro, I created these two sprite sheets for the male and the female character. As a second step, I wanted to generate also some facial expressions of the characters, so not just having them as a silhouette, but for higher levels to have also a real face. And here you have the male version and the female version, both in a very consistent style, again using Nano Banana Pro and this prompt. So these were the sprite sheets. Then the next step were the Parallax environments. I wanted to create a background, a midground, and a foreground. And what I did is, again, I wrote 3 different prompts, and I started with the background, using ImagineArt's image model, so just connecting the text to the image, and here I got 2 different results, so like for 2 different levels of the game. This was the background, this was the midground, and this was the foreground. And as you can see, there's a difference in the details. The more closer you get, the more detailed the environment is. So for example, for these last images, which were the foreground, you can see very sharp details. And yeah, just writing a prompt, connecting it to the image, and there you go. So these were the Parallax environments. Then the next step was generating a UI kit. So like menus, HUDs, health bars, and so on. So for this step, again, I wrote the prompt. First, I used ImagineArt's own image model, then Seedream, and then Nano Banana, just to see which results fit better for this use case. And the first prompt was about UI elements, and the second prompt was about health bars and HUD elements. And again, I used 3 different image models, ImagineArt, Seedance, and Nano Banana Pro, to see with which results I would like to continue. Then the next step was the props and in-game objects, and I started by writing a prompt for the props, so like coins, potions, spikes, and again I tried with these 3 image models, so ImagineArt, Seedream, and Nano Banana, again to compare the results. Then I wrote another prompt about the collectible items, so coins, gems, magical orbs, and again using ImagineArt, Seedream, and Nano Banana Pro. And at this point, I decided that I want to continue with the results that were generated with Nano Banana Pro. So this one, also from the previous step for the menu, this one for the health bar, this one. And in the next step, I copied the sprite sheet in order to have the characters also closer, to not get too messy. And from the sprite sheets, I generated a hero shot, one for the male character, one for the female character, placing it into the previously generated environment for the foreground, so the most detailed one. And I wrote the prompt, I connected it to the Nano Banana Pro image model, and these are my results. These images were also the base for the video generation in the next step. So before that, there was one last step, the final showcase. I wrote a prompt with what I want to see in the final showcase, and also a prompt with the key requirements about perspective, style consistency, and the technical readiness. I combined these 2 prompts with the combined text tool, and I used this as a final prompt to generate these images, which were a combination of everything that I had designed before. So the character, first with the silhouette, the male and the female, also the health bar, the menu, the coins, the gems, everything combined in one in the same consistent style. So I did this for the first level and also for the next levels when the character is like more grown up, let's say. Again, placing the character in the environment that I generated before, adding all the objects, the health bar, the menu, and here you can see different outfits of the character for the male one and for the female one as well. Then the next step was the video generation. I wrote a long prompt about what I want to see, and here are some of the results. Using also the previously generated hero shots, I wanted to make videos out of them. And again, I wrote a video prompt, very detailed about what I want to see. I connected the prompt to the video model Seedance Pro. Also, I connected the previous generated images as a first frame, and those were my results. And for the last step, I wanted to create a day to night transition in a video, also for the lower levels, so when the character is still just a silhouette. And here you see the transitions. If you want to learn how to do this full 2D game design workflow, comment workflows and I'll send you the link. Thanks for watching!